Before we'd even filmed the first scene, we'd made a mistake that nearly cost us the entire day. And it was her fault.
It wasn't my fault.
Yes, it was.
You had a list. You were supposed to be ticking it off.
You were supposed to double check. We normally have to leave at about 6 a.m. to get to London. We should have packed the car the night before. So we're on the M3, shooting down the motorway, and then Ali says to me, "Oh, we got the clapperboard." And I said, "Oh God, I'll just check." Ali went to get the coffee. I went to the boot, opened the car, looked inside. What's missing? The camera bag. So what ensued was panic mode. We had to drive all the way back to Bournemouth.
And then all the way back again.
And thank God we actually left earlier that day and there wasn't that much traffic.
So from now on, I'm in charge of putting stuff in the car because...
And she can't blame me. So today we're going to be talking about the 2 films we're currently filming, which are One More Lie, a lesbian crime film.
And Still Blood, which is a lesbian vampire film. So we're going to start off with Still Blood.
The vampire one. This has been a fun film for me because we've not done this before, so it's a new experience for us, and it's going to be funny trying to figure out all the vampire VFX and all the teeth and all the blood.
We did actually do we did a practice run ourselves of what the vampire murder scene would look like. So we went to a park nearby at night and we filmed it ourselves.
I think it looked quite good.
I thought it looked quite good. We roped in Jade's sister to. Are
we going to use that or not?
No,
okay.
So that was fun anyway. We experimented with the fake blood and everything.
So the blood came out clunky.
No, wasn't it too runny? Oh no, it was too thick. It was really thick and weird.
So yeah, that's why we're going to get proper VFX makeup to come and do, because as much as we love to try and do everything, we're no good at that now. But I think that's what it is as well. When you're a small production company and you're wearing so many hats, we've got to come to realise we're not VFX artists. We're not makeup artists, so there are certain things that we can't do.
So what made you decide to do an actual vampire film? Because your usual writing is more romantic.
Well, I'd like to say it was because I had a great idea for it, but the truth is I saw a location and I thought it would make a perfect setting for a vampire film, so I wrote the script around it.
And it's a bit of departure from what we normally do.
Yeah.
Is it purely a vampire film?
No, this one's more romance than vampire.
Do you like vampire genre? Is that why?
I love vampire genres. So I watched Dracula last year and I just loved the element of the romance about it because it's about love, loss, obsession. And I thought that's something I'd really like to tackle. And I think with normal everyday romance stories, a vampire story, you can really push a love story to the edge.
How is it different to the older lesbian vampire films where kind of lesbian vibes were a bit predatory?
Because Melina isn't predatory, she's in love.
Melina's the vampire.
Yes. And facing the ups and downs and the roller coaster that we all face when we're in love with someone.
But obviously there are complications being a vampire.
Yes. It's about family, it's about love, it's about obsession. It's about heartache, it's about breaking up, it's about wanting to let go and you can't let go. It's just everything that embodies love, Still Blood is about.
And how about the casting for that?
So we were meant to start filming last year, but it was really hard casting for the lead role because I wanted someone to have that certain look. So Shaylee asked her agent if she knew anyone that would be suitable, and then her agent put forward Ruth, and then we started filming with her just this weekend gone. She really embodies Melina because Melina's character is quite mysterious and isn't very expressive verbally, so Ruth has nailed it, just giving the looks, her expressions say 1,000 words.
What do you think the biggest challenge will be with filming this?
So the biggest challenge for me is going to be the makeup and the VFX of how we're going to make her actually look like a vampire without it looking really stupid. Yeah. I just want it to be a nice, stylish, romance vampire film. So for me, one of the main issues was going to be the locations, because if I hadn't found the locations that we're filming at, I don't think I'd ever have made it, because you can't make a vampire film somebody's 2-bed terrace house on a street, because it's just not going to work. So I was looking for something that was going to be quite glamorous, which thank God we found.
And also have that kind of vampire vibe about it with the decor and everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and we found somewhere like that. So far, we've only shot 3 days of the film. So we've still got quite a way to go.
What I find really fascinating is, obviously I write books, that's my forte. Trying to make a character do something from a book, like circling the rim of the glass, to an actor doing it in real life, it doesn't quite come across the same way. Because in the book, you've got a character seductively circling the rim of the glass. In a book, I think the reader can visualize it themselves, what's happening. But when you actually see it on screen of someone, like I don't think I've ever seen in real life somebody actually circling the rim of the glass while they're being seductive, ever.
They did do it. She did it in Time Was as well, although we didn't do a close-up.
Yeah. But I'm saying in real life, I don't think I've ever
Oh,
seen
did we do a-
anybody. Yeah,
We
she
do a
did.
close-up, yeah.
And she was getting at the time, like, what, yeah, anyway. So, yeah, have you seen anyone in real life being seductive?
I think I've seen it in film.
Yes, I'm talking about in real life. Has anybody ever? No. I don't even. Leave it in the comments if people actually do behave like that. I don't know. And as well, having to say certain lines. Because in the opening scene of one of the flashbacks, Melina says to her, "Oh, they said the view from the bar was the best." And like, again, writing it down in a book, you can visualize it yourself as a reader, but on screen, it's like really corny. And I think that the actors find it really like a bit cringe to say. But once you've got it in the film and you've got music behind and you've got the light and it works.
You hope.
I hope. Obviously, you're in charge of the budget. So, what did you think was the most important thing about trying to make the film look good without spending a fortune and making us bankrupt?
Well, I think other than having very good actors, it's investing in the locations and the production quality, because without the very good locations, it's very difficult to make it very cinematic. And we've seen filming this weekend in a beautiful location overlooking London in a penthouse. The shots you can get are so much better because you have more space. The decor is very nice, so it just elevates the film more.
Yes, I agree.
What part of it do you think's been the hardest to film so far?
I think the bar scene when they're at the private members club, because the location, as beautiful as it was quite small.
And we didn't even have a massive crew either, so
No.
But again, you're a bit limited on shots, weren't you?
Maybe it's a blessing so you don't go crazy. Yeah, so when we filmed at the penthouse location, and I try obviously to avoid going into flats as much as I can because I'm claustrophobic and I don't get in lifts. And honestly, walking up to the top flat in this heat is not very good for me. And I don't look very professional by the time I've got upstairs. So that's as far as we've got with Still Blood at the moment. So we'll be updating as and when we start filming some more. So with One More Lie, we've been filming that for the past 2 years.
3 years.
Ooh, 3 years. So the reason why that's taken so long is that we've encountered a lot of personal issues when we first started. So I don't want to bore you to death with all that. The character in One More Lie is based on the character Ashley McCoy from my best-selling novel, A Walk into Darkness. So we were meant to make A Walk into Darkness, first of all. That was going to be the first Ashley McCoy film, but it would have cost an absolute fortune. And like, we just basically couldn't go there, unfortunately.
The story is based on Missing Pieces, isn't it?
Yeah. Which was, yeah, so it was easier location wise to film that. And it's quite a straightforward story about a woman's husband goes missing and Ashley McCoy goes in to investigate. So there's a connection between Ashley McCoy and the missing guy's wife.
So the story centres around their tension and
Will she, won't she?
yeah.
So Ashley McCoy has a lot of boundaries in place. And when she meets Helena, this is the first time her boundaries are tested. So it's like a push and pull, will she, won't she?
So we're very excited about actually finishing it.
So I've always enjoyed reading crime novels and obviously watching crime films and stuff. So when I wrote my first crime novel, that's the only book that readers keep coming back to me and asking when there's going to be another book on that. But it takes crime books take so long to write. It's not like writing a straightforward romance. It's just like, because you've got to go deep into the characters.
And now you're on to, it will be your third book that you need to write.
Yeah.
As you've written 2. So then you'd have to go back and read them both.
She read them both. So the only issues we've really had is when we've been filming on street scenes, and we've just like had people come out of their houses and be really aggressive.
Filming where the general public are is just a bit of a pain. The last shoot, we had a guy just jump in front of the camera and be stupid during, and it was a really intense scene, and it was really irritating because
he thought it was funny.
It costs us money and it costs us time, and the actors have obviously thrown off of their thing, and it happens quite a lot. So yeah, don't do that if you get the urge.
So that's why the forest scenes and stuff like that, we tend to hire private forests, so we don't have any of the public.
The public are an issue.
We can control the environment. So originally we were filming in our house where we live in Bournemouth, and then we realised it was going to be way too expensive to get the crew to come up here and the actors, because obviously after a long day we'd have to find hotels for all of them. So then we decided to do some scenes up here, like on the beach and stuff, and then film the rest in London, which is a shame because I'd love to have filmed the whole lot here, but we've got some scenes here.
I think people are going to want to know when it's going to be ready as well.
2036 at this rate.
Oh, well, we're hoping to finish filming this year, and then it should hopefully be edited and out next year.
So we've been asked why we're making 2 films at once. So it's not because we're rich, it's because
once you get an idea in your head, you just want to do it.
Yes.
I said, let's finish One More Life first, but no, we must start the other one straight away because you were so excited about it.
Yeah.
So so now we're finishing 2 feature films this year.
So that's a wrap from us today.
So please like, share and subscribe. And also you can become a member of our channel and you get early access to our podcast and our films.
So we'll see you next week.
Bye.